Hey, what's up, Huddle Crew? We're here at TISE 2024. We're at the Surfaces Theater, and we are going to have a pretty awesome panel. I encourage you, if you got any friends that aren't on, watch it. We promised to bring TISE to you if you couldn't make it, and we're here to do that. So we're going to have a panel about passing on the baton, all about kind of training and what the next generation looks like and what we're going to do from here. So Jose, one of my staples, is here. So Jose is going to tell you about the panel and who's on it and what to expect here a little bit.
So that's he's putting a lot on me by trying to tell me to tell you what to expect because I think most of the people are in the dark except for who's on the panel and maybe the committee. But on the panel today we have Jesus, we have Mr. Garden right here, we have John Namba, we have Jorge and Jen Zern. So we got some pretty familiar faces in the industry, and I'm just as curious as you to see what they got to do and what they're going to say.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's an important topic, man.
Yeah, I think this is just the beginning of passing it on to the next generation. So everyone stay tuned. Let's see what's in store for this event.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we already did. Okay, guys, thanks for coming to our I guess it's not a demonstration. We're talking about floor covering. So that's why we're all here. I'm taking this over. We're taking this over for PJ Arthur, and this is his idea. He is the guy that runs NFIC, and I just want to thank him for the opportunity that we're all gifted here to be able to talk to you about what we enjoy doing. And I know I speak on behalf of everybody on the stage. What we do for a living, we love, and we're your installers. We absolutely love that. And I'm going to ask the panel here why they got involved with CFI or NFIC and where they see the training and their involvement in training other people in the future. My name is Dave Garden. I am the Executive Director of Education for CFI. It's just it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. I was initially inspired to get involved with CFI because I wanted to know who Jim Walker was, right? I wanted to know who he was because he was such a legendary figure in the installation community. But he's not the reason I got involved with training. For that goes to Jane Walker, John Namba, you know, Bob Gillespie and people like that inspired me when I was started coming to our conventions. Those are the guys that got me involved with training. They were so smart. I wanted to know what they knew. And then I wanted to be able to share that with other people. And that's a big step for all of us, right? Because everybody on this panel here, when we go and we help other people, when we get out and do trainings for other people, let's face it, we could probably make more money in our daily lives and in our business. There's not a lot of money in training. We do this because it comes from our heart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them to start with Jen down there. Jen, is that all right if we start with you? All right, so we're going to start with Jen. Jen, what was the reason that you decided to say, what's the trigger? Said this, I want to be not an installer, but a trainer.
So in my community in Wisconsin, 10, 15 years ago, there was a need that you could see amongst our. Is this better? I'll yell at you like I'm yelling at my kids. In my local installation community, I saw that there was a need. And from that, it was, we kind of kept things from one another as installers because that was competition. You didn't share information. And I didn't understand that because the only way we were going to make progress as a community was to help elevate the training and education of our area. And the like-minded knowledge and forward progress was CFI. So when they came to our area, I drank the Kool-Aid. It was a fresh of breath air. It really was. And the person that helped inspire me get to that, because again, all the installers, we were competition. Nobody wanted to share information. Nobody wanted to help one another. And it's been great watching this progress amongst installers nationwide come together and want to help each other. So the one person that I would credit for helping that would be my husband, Jay Zern. Of course, he's not here right now, so I can't pick on him and make him all like embarrassed, but that would be the person, because he's the one that also introduced me to CFI. It was that mindset that said, I want to be a part of that. I want to help make that difference. There is no glory in it. I'm not looking at a legacy of leaving behind. If I can do anything to help one person, one installer in our community in any way with their business, their skill set, I've done something that is going to leave ripples in our industry, because that person is going to share that. It's going to grow.
Thank you, Jen. That was really good.
I practiced it all night.
So John, what was your trigger? And we all got to know, because you're like the sensei of floor covering here. You want to use mine? Here we go.
We on? Check, check. All right. So my exposure to training was due to protecting my business. I was an installer. I actually started in the carpet side of the industry, and we made a point of trying to follow the industry or manufacturer guidelines. I was doing a glue down in a bar one night. We installed it. We sealed our seams. We used the proper amount of adhesive. The seams didn't fall apart a few weeks later, but it started to fall apart about 3 inches behind where we had adhered, put down our carpet. Rep comes out, takes a look at it, sends an inspector, comes out and look at it. They said, it's installation related. Oh, you do not realize what you just did. So that was the start of my journey to find out, better myself, to prove it, because I told them, guys, there's seam sealer there. It didn't fall apart at the seam. My seam, I'm covered for that 3 inches. Your product is delaminating and failing. So I thought, you know what? How can I myself protect my business and be looked at as a professional? And that's when, I started going to all these different certifications, all these different products. And once you start going down that road, you realize, you know what? It gives you your self-esteem. People start to give you credibility, and you're able to build upon that with your business. If you know how to market these things, getting a certification or going to a training isn't going to make you an overnight success. It makes you no different than the day before. You have a piece of paper now that says you're certified, all right? It's what you do with that certification that empowers, we're using the word empowering. That's what empowers you to do better, all right? How I got into train? I went to the CFI certification and went to other certifications, but CFI was that grassroots organization at that time. And I went through that certification process, and they said, hey, you got some really good hand skills. Would you like to be a trainer? I said, I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm just an installer. I am not a speaker. So the first few times, oh my gosh, we were rookies. My good buddy Andre Southworth, who passed away, he's kind of the one that got me into this, and we were both rookies out there. How do you don't get in front of just an audience just like this, all of a sudden be able to talk, and you're talking to your peers, other installers. Do I really know more than they know? So it was, it's a challenge. And yeah, it's not about making money. If you want to get into the training side of things, more power to you, but do it as a passion. You've got to love it, because you're not going to make a lot of money. You'll get some money back, but it's not about making the money. It's about giving back. So what makes me keep training? I have seen, even at this show, I've met people that come up to me and say, hey, you don't remember me, but in 2002, you certified me. Like, whoa. You made a change in my life. That's what we live for. All right. It's not the money. And we don't need, we don't need all the glory. It's not about that. It's about, did you make a difference in someone's life? And that's what kind of drives me. So that's my story.
John, that's awesome because I think we can all share stories like that. And as a trainer, you're, excuse me, you're absolutely right. When somebody comes up to you and says, and I've done this where I've sat down and interviewed installers to come work for me. And the guy, as soon as you show up as soon as he walks in the door, as soon as he shows up, he says, "I know you. You trained me." And there's no better feeling than that, right? And I got to tell you, so my dad always told me that if you really want to grow as a person, when you start sharing a bit of yourself, when you start sharing what you do, you get it back tenfold, right? And it makes you better. It just makes you a better person. And so I think that everything you said there is, every one of our trainers probably has the same story. It's a very similar story. And we're glad. We're most certainly glad for you because he's like one of my mentors, right? So Jesus, you became NFIC and CFI. What inspired you to do that?
Okay, hi. My name is Jesus Garcia, and I come from Houston, Texas. And this is my little story. I'm gonna be short. I'm not gonna be that alone, but I'm gonna be short. This is my story. Why I come to CFI and NFIC? Because I've been doing this I'm installer, and I've been doing this for 23 years. And my thoughts, it was like, I know everything. I know do carpet. I know how to do chipa. I know a lot of stuff, a lot of flooring, type of flooring, right? And carpet. But in my mind, I have that I know everything. So the way that I come to CFI, because I know CFI from 2000, but I've been fighting from 2000 CFI and NFIC. I know them, but I never want to get a certified because I was thinking that I know everything. So the way that I come to CFI, because we have mistakes, and I was having mistakes in the jobs, right? So that's what I make me come to CFI. When I find CFI, like a John Mom say, it changed my life because they make me better to do better jobs in my career. Because I take that like a career because nobody can do like what we do. It's hard to work it, keep working. I know it's hard work, but when I get to CFI, and I was thinking that I know everything. So when I get to CFI, it was not true. I find a lot of mistakes that I was doing so bad, and now I'm doing better. And I'm trained to be trained. So see how fast I grow, and it changed everything. Not just for me, customers, any companies that you work for. So that's the way that I get to CFI to try fixing my mistakes that I was doing it, and change my life. And like a we're not gonna talk about prices or money. It's everything more hard because I'm doing floor. So as soon as they know me, as soon as they put me a big roll right there, I destroy that roll quick. So so it come everything together. It's like hours. It take a lot of sacrifice, myself too, family, everything. So I mean, I'm proud of CFI. Thanks.
Well, we're glad to have you. I got to tell you, any retailer out there, would you like to have a guy like that working for you? I mean, seriously, a guy that cares that much that he knows after 20 years, he decides he needs to get better. Man, we could all get a little of that. Jorge?
For me, honestly, my motivation was actually looking at all you guys being here all the time. I would go to my local supply store and pick up magazines, and I would see the events that were happening, and I always told myself, I want to be at that event. I want to meet these guys, pick their brain, because I felt that I wanted to produce a better quality installation, and the only way I could do that was by coming out and actually meeting a lot of people, asking the right questions, and just trying to educate myself. And that way I can have my client have a better quality installation. So I had to ask myself, and go out there, go to NC, do the CFI trainings. And, not all of us know everything. It's always a learning experience. Okay. But I do. Thank you. I do. I'm glad that I'm here. And you guys actually motivate me in my own business to be a better individual and give a better quality installation. So I do thank everybody that's helped me out, NFIC and CFI, and I believe that everybody should advance and keep educating themselves because there's a lot to know out there, and we don't know it all. And like Jesus said, I had that big head too at some point. I thought, hey, I know everything, and when you actually come down and meet these people, you'll be humbled at how much these individuals know more than you. And I ask the questions, and they teach me what I want to know, and that's great. And it's not going to happen easily, but you actually have to put yourself out there. And if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to know. You're going to be stuck in the same spot always. So you have to benefit yourself from these educational trainings that different organizations provide. And if you don't do that, you might stay stuck in the same spot. But all you can do is try to advance and just try to gain more knowledge. That's really what it's about.
And so what's inspiring you to want to share that knowledge?
I actually, at the moment, there's certain people that in my area that want to learn. So I haven't had a class come through in a while. So I try to teach them personally so they can try to learn a little bit. And hopefully we can get a class coming through our area soon so we can get more individuals to learn a little bit more.
Well, I got to tell you, so for me, your story's great because about elevating the level of everybody around you, right? Why can't everybody enjoy the same life I do? I was so glad to have 3 kids I was able to raise, right? I was able to raise them through installation, it's, which is awesome. Let me tell you, so again, same thing. If you had that guy walk through your door looking for a job, heck, if I had a daughter, I'd probably bring him home. Absolutely. This is how we want to be represented, right? So at CFI, when we see a guy like that come through our doors, we're like, hey, we see big things from you. Let's train you to be a trainer. Let's train you to be a trainer because we really, I mean, you look here, we have an empty chair, right? You know what the empty chair is for? The next trainer. All right, we're looking for people to get involved with training. Because, think about this. We're looking for installers everywhere, right? We're all looking, how are we going to get those installers up to speed with what they're actually supposed to do? Well, how we do that is by training them. So we're looking for trainers. I know. I could tell you every training organization is looking for that next trainer, whether it be CTEF, NWFA, or us. That's what we do. We train installers, right? And PJ's no different. PJ's looking for that next guy that's got that hand skill, that has got the ability to communicate, right? I don't know anything else I can say. John, you got something to add?
We wonder, how are we going to get the next generation to recognize the flooring trade as a profession and a career, right? Everyone here is involved in installation of one way or another. And we all have different levels. We all have, as far as qualifications. And then you look at the next generation coming up, it's where are they going? Right now, nationwide, it's like there's a shortage of people just to fill in, everyday jobs, let alone our installation or the construction side of the industry. So where are all the kids going, right? I think in order for us as an industry to gain more installers for the future, we need to recognize that the installer is a key component. There are so many retailers out there, and so this is not just on retailers. There are so many retailers out there that are wanting to get the installer that has the lowest rates. That, to me, is not the way to run a business. that is not any way to entice someone from high school age coming up into the field. How much, let's see, how much can I beat you up and capitalize on beating you up, not paying you minimal amount, and making me money? And that's the wrong mentality. The mentality has to be, how do I elevate this high school student who's just graduated? How do I have them work into my company and create a career path for them? So now I have my installation team that's built in for me. You know, do you bring them on as an employee? Do you bring them on as a contractor? You know, there's so many issues with the contractor / employee thing going on right now throughout the United States that sometimes, you know, the thing I look at it is, if you want someone who's wants a career path, give them an opportunity to grow. Bring them on as an employee. You may have to bring an employee on, one employee, build it from there, and then send that employee out with some of your contractors so they gain that experience. But you have an in-house person now that's you're able to mold and build and bring into your company. All right, so many times we expect the subcontractor to do the training, the helper works for them for 6 months, decide he or she is tired of working for that particular person, they want to move on. They've only got 6 months of training. And is it formal training? It's not. And that's why I think having the ability to have these associations participate in training and trying to build a better installer program out there is essential. Look, hey, I was up here, I'm on my downside, okay? But what we have to offer, what do we have to offer? We have our knowledge. And that's what we need to pass on to that next generation. If they want to be involved in this, we have to show them there is a career path, there is a future in this, and you don't have to drive around a beat up truck every time you go out to your job sites because you're getting beat up on pricing. So that's what it's all about, and that's what these associations are doing. They're trying to bring installers together to be more professional and run your business as a business. And we need help from the retail community. Why? Because the retailers are our partners. We cannot look at them as an adversarial partner.
It's a
They are our
symbiotic
partner.
relationship.
Yep, exactly. So, all right.
Yeah, John's correct though. We're learning off of each other, and some of the stuff we're learning sometimes, I mean, it might not be correct. So it's a domino effect. It's going to trickle down to the rest. Are you going to do a good installation, or are you not? You know, and sometimes you need that extra push, that education. Just sometimes one little thing you learn today, it's going to advance you in your job. You know, and
Right.
so yeah, it either the dominoes are going to fall right or they're going to fall wrong, but it's going to trickle down somewhere. That's what I believe.
Jen, got something to add?
Honestly, I think John and Lori's covered it all. We have to come together really as a community, because it is, like I just said, a symbiotic relationship. The retailer can't install the product without the installer. The installer needs the retailer to sell the product. I mean, we can't keep looking at this as a race to the bottom, because it's going to hurt all of us, because eventually we're going to start losing even the installers that are already involved, because they can't survive. They're gonna leave because there's nothing in it. It's for them, they're staking their business every time they go out and do a job. So we have to have the conversation with all of us at the table and creating those clear pathways, like John said, for that next generation, because we can't continue to operate the way we've always done things, and how we get the next generation into this installation community, because you can't go, I got into it because I know somebody, or my buddy's working for somebody who knows somebody. And no, we need to show them that, hey, we're as good as electricians and plumbers, HVAC, and by the training organizations being present, we're helping elevate that education and knowledge, so we can be considered for every high school student who's looking at a trade. Yep, I want to do flooring.
Thank you, Jen. Go right ahead. What you got?
Question for all y'all. Do you believe your personality affects what type of flooring you become proficient at?
I'm sorry.
Do you believe there's a correlation between the personality, your energy level, the mindset on what kind of floor you can install?
What type of flooring we can install? No.
Sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think if you're a go-getter, you're a go-getter, man.
It's my personality. Yeah. Does your it's not necessarily your person. Well, you know, when you start playing into emotions, it's like it's that self-esteem, okay, that pride. There's a fine line between arrogance and just being humble and knowing your stuff. Okay, I know a lot of arrogant people that think they know everything, and they don't want to share anything. They think they're top of the mountain, and then those are the type of people I really don't gravitate to.
You are hitting it. Humility is a big thing.
So personality, with the person, with your own person, that a lot of that personality traits are your upbringing. How were your parents? How did they bring you up? Did they bring you up to be respectful? All right. Did they bring you up to be, self-driven? So yeah, when we talk about personality, does it drive you to a certain flooring? I don't know if it's driving you to a certain flooring, but it drives you to become better if you've got the personality traits built in. I think it drives you and helps drive you to whatever you desire to reach. What area, whether it's laminate, hardwood, carpet. I think it just depends on what you feel. You want to go for. I don't know if I'm one of those who wants to know everything and continually learn. So I started in carpet. Then I got into sand and finish hardwood. Then I got into tile. Then I got into anything that went on the floor, moisture mitigation, anything that went on the floor, I was into it. And so and whatever I got into, I wanted to make sure that I had the best knowledge and hands-on that I could achieve for my own sake. All right. Does that build up my personality? Yeah, in a way it does, because it makes you feel proud. All right. But and that can lead into your business philosophy. People will see that personality come out. They're going to see someone who's confident when the sales come down. Okay. So many salespeople. You have a client. This client is coming into your store to purchase flooring. Okay. You have to build a relationship. Are you building a relationship, or are you just selling a job? If you're just selling a job, yeah, I'll do it for $1 less. I'll do it for $1 less a yard just to beat the competition down the road. Did you just build a relationship with that client? No, you just sold a job. All right. So you did it for the lowest price because you said you're guaranteed lowest prices. Really? We do not operate that way. Our business philosophy, just remember, we're probably going to be one of the most expensive contractors you work with. But you know what? We're busy. We are busy. So selling cheap, beating up the installer prices, beating up your salespeople with the commissions and price, that's not the way to go. All right. If you have that business mindset, we're not going to empower the next generation of young folks coming up. We are going to struggle just finding decent installers. You're going to find those installers that, are you showing up to my job today? Hey, hello. Boy, I haven't heard from my installer. Customer calls you. Hey, is your installer coming over? Yeah, we're just running a little bit behind. That's not the way to run a business. If you're running your business that way on discount pricing, you know what? You need to get out of the flooring industry because we're here to make money. I'm here to make money. I don't know about some of you, but I'm here to make money, and I want to keep my money. So so back to your personality thing, it does play a factor, I think.
Yeah, we're not going to get rich off of working this job. Like, we're not going to become millionaires tomorrow installing carpet, but you know, it is going to help a little bit of that extra money helps you have a better vehicle, helps you have better tools. That way you can do a better job.
You know something, Jorge, you got to define what rich is. All right. For me, rich is my family, my kids, you know, my parents, my brother, my sister. That's rich, right?
Yeah.
Rich isn't what the coin I can spend or the coin I got in the bank. That's not rich, guys. So if we have the wrong mindset at times, understanding what we're here for and our purpose is to interact with each other. Our purpose is not singular. It's not about me. And what I like to tell our trainers is as soon as you become the most important person in that room, you become a terrible trainer, because it's about the people in that room that you get to share your gifts with, right? And that's why we're here. Right? That's why everybody out here is because we're meant to interact with each other. I'm sorry, but that's why we're here. You got something to add there, Jesus? We're leaving you on the corner there.
No, yes. I want to send a message to, let's see if you catch this. I want to send a message to all the retailers, all companies, all contractors, installers, new installers, helpers. Get certified. This is why. Before I get certified, I was having so many troubles to get a job. So many troubles, because they never leave you. They think that you want to do something they don't, in something we do, and they're still doing up there. So if you got a company or you are a contractor, you got people working for you, bring them, get certified, because you know why? It's gonna change. It's gonna change a lot. You're gonna keep your customers the whole time. You're gonna do better, and this is the way that there is benefit for me, because everywhere that I go now, I just show my certification that I'm an FIC and CFI. They don't ask questions. They just give me the job that quick. Imagine that it changed. So I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be mandatory, but I suggest all the retailers send you guys to get certified anywhere. Don't matter if you don't come CFI, NFIC, some other places. It will change you. It will change you. This is a message for you guys, all the installers. They think they like me, or like I was thinking before, that I know everything. But we see people coming CFI or NFIC for 40 years being installing, and they say they know everything. I want you to put you on test if you really do know everything. When they come to CFI and NFIC, they don't know anything. They fail. Believe me, they fail. Right?
You're absolutely right. Any wonder why we asked him to be a trainer? John or Jim, want to close?
I just wanted to add one more thing to what John was saying earlier about running your business and not doing it at discounts. We see a lot of people question when they're shopping around, you know, our competition, the big box stores, what's their favorite sale? Free installation. How many electricians and plumbers have advertising of free installation? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we letting it be done?
Good. Thank you guys very much for visiting.
Hey guys, if you could just stay sitting there or come closer together, we want to do a selfie up here with you guys in the background. That would be awesome.
Do you want it portrait or?
Whatever makes it easier to get everybody in.
So you want, let's do this way, and then I'll catch. Turn around, John.
Over here, John, let's do this. John, stand on this.
All right, huddle up, guys.
Yeah, can they kneel down so we can get in the background? Yeah.
Beautiful. One more at least. There you go. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna have a quick interview with a couple of the guys and delve into a couple of key issues that they brought up on stage. I just want to drive the point home here. So, Jorge, can I talk to you just for a quick second? Jump down here, sir. So, hey, Jorge, thanks for being on the panel, dude. That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna hold this mic in front of you, but one of the things that you said up there that really kind of struck me was when you start talking about getting, you did it because you wanted to be around people and get better. And both you and Jose or Jesus kind of mentioned that, like, there was some time frame where you were a little reluctant to getting certified. And what we say on the huddle all the time is there's only two ways to get better, right? To become good at anything is education and experience. But you can't get experience faster. You can't speed up experience. You can speed up education. So I wanted you to, like, kind of encourage the younger crowd based on that. You can get better faster with education, right?
Correct. Yeah. And experience comes with time. It's not gonna just pop out of thin air. You have to motivate yourself. You have to network. You have to put yourself out there. That way you can gain that experience. Because the education's gonna be there, and you're not just gonna know it from today to tomorrow. It's very important though, because every little bit of education that you actually do get, it does help you out. It's gonna push you to the next level, and it's self-motivation as well. You gotta make sure that you actually go out there, talk to these people, and just pick their brain, and try to gain as much knowledge as you can so you could take that back with you.
Yeah, getting engaged, being a part of the community is a big part.
Yes.
And like I'm saying here is, if you douse your years of experience in with the education and the certification, so maybe you go get your R1 and then you go practice those skills, and then you go get your R2 and then you practice those skills. By the time, you could be in the industry for 5 years and be far ahead of, say, a Jesus who's been doing it wrong for 20 years, right?
Correct. Yeah. You definitely need to put yourself out there, gain that experience, because with time, you're not even going to know when you just start being better. You're just going to, all of a sudden, it's just going to happen. And you're going to be a little bit better than you were yesterday.
Well, I appreciate the comments because you're one of the guys we look up to on the huddle. You do such beautiful work. I love following you on Facebook. So give Jorge a follow, or let him know you appreciate his work on his page. He posts a lot of really cool stuff. So thanks for coming.
Thank you, man. I love the huddle. I check you guys out all the week, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I have to go back and look at the videos because it's very important. Every topic that's on there, it's gonna help you, and it might not help everybody, but there's a topic that's gonna be in there out of the 80-something probably episodes you have that's gonna touch you personally. And
Awesome.
There's a lot of them out there.
Love it, man. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Hey, Jesus, come join us, man. Hey, thanks for being on the panel. That was awesome. I loved your, your perspective from, you were a installer that was very well respected, doing a lot of work, and you really thought you knew everything. This is one of those things we bring up on the huddle a lot, is guys who have been doing it for 20 years, but they've been doing it wrong for 20 years. And we bring that up a lot, and you just spoke it up here. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, you already said you kind of had this realization, but how did it feel when you walked into the to the CFI and you realized, man, I don't know it all, and I love your ploy to young installers to get certified.
Yeah, my thing to get a CFI in, it was the problem that I had in the field. Well, before that, I was having so many troubles, and I was thinking that I know everything, but in real life, we don't, and I do so a couple of mistakes. So when I get to CFI, because those back in those days, I have like 2 problems in the carpet. So that's what it made me to go CFI, because I want to know, and there is no one to let you know, nobody show you, and you ask questions that nobody knows. So the only way to get in is in a CFI. So from then, it changed everything. It changed everything, changed my life for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there that are just going through the motion of installing, but they really don't know what they don't know.
And, basically, the first thing, they don't even know how to do installing a tech strip bed, and even how to not stretch it. They just don't use a power stretcher. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of installers that they don't use it. They know that it's a power stretcher to stretch it, but they don't use it. So those are big mistakes.
Yeah, and a lot of times people, when you're not certified, you don't see the importance. This is one of the things I think a lot of guys may know some of the technique that you learn at CFI, but they don't understand the importance of power stretching a room. They think it's just going to take them more time. But in a year and a half, when that customer's rug starts starts bubbling up and wrinkling up and all that because they just knee kicked in the room, they're already on to the next job. So you got to have pride in your work too, right?
Yes, that's definitely. And that's the thing that when you come to CFI, they remind you everything again. So when you say that you know everything, and we put you on test, or you come to do the certification, and you fail, you fail, and what is your 40 years doing the floors and carpet, or your hardwood floors or ceramic tile? So it don't mean nothing. So when you get a CFI or NFSC, or we're talking about carpet, right? So it changed everything, and every day, and I'm not saying that I know now everything. We keep learning.
Yeah, it sounds like CFI also in the certifications and the trainings also help you to kind of become humble that everybody was talking about. I mean, when you're untrained, a lot of times you get this ego that you think you're just the best. But I was there as an installer. It wasn't until I went and started getting certified in different sheet vinyls, that was my gig, that I learned that, like, man, I've been doing this wrong. So the younger guys need to get in there and learn the industry standards earlier to not have to go through the 20 years of doing it wrong, right?
And believe me, today and yesterday, I just learned two things: to do steps, amazing, and new tools. Nobody has it. It's still not out there. And one of the guys that has it is a master tool, and everyone wants that tools. Nobody have it.
Yeah,
So
you
now
learned a
learn-
little bit from a master too, right? Yeah.
So now we learn another thing. So when I get back to work, I know what to do better now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Come to CFI. I invite all those installers. This message for retails, contractors, installers, and helpers. I mean, I think the contractors and the retails, that's the responsibility for them to send our installers to get certified,
Drive that. Yeah.
to get it certified. Because believe me, any store, any customer get into your store or buy you something, you long as you tell them, you will let them know that you got certified installers. They would not go anywhere else. You will keep them, and they will buy you whatever you want. And but you sure they wanna do quality work. Cause see this now when you get a CFI, not just I get a job so because I'm a certified, but now you're not just alone. You come the whole
Yeah, you got
CFI.
you
So
got a group of people behind you, and
Right.
that's a good point
you-
that you make about the companies and them encourage your subcontractors to go get certified, like award work based off of the fact of how good they are and how dedicated they are to getting certified and getting that training.
See, this is different. When you get certified, everything comes along together. Your price is going to change too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
you
we
can
don't
make
talk-
some
we
more
don't-
money.
We don't. I don't want to talk about prices or whatever, but it will change everything.
Well, it's important. Like I've made a good life for my family, and Dave Garden kind of mentioned that up there. So I want to tell you that, you're an inspiration, my man. Keep it going, keep inspiring the young guys. And hopefully we can drive more of our installation community to embrace the education and the training and the certifications that are out there.
This message is for the contractors and installers now. This is only for the contractors and installers now. You contractors, you installers, you have helpers. This is one thing. When I was a helper, they don't want to let you know. They know about CFI long time. They don't want to let you go. Why? Because it's gonna change. Please, guys, don't get stuck with that people, man. Don't be hate that people. Because if you saw you doing that, we're gonna have troubles.
That's a good point. People,
that's-
the
I'm a
ones
real life.
discouraging you from getting trained or improving yourself through education are the ones who are trying to keep you from advancing because they're trying to, you know, yeah, that's a great point.
And
So
sometimes I don't want to talk too much because we're gonna get like healing word, for somebody
Yeah.
else. I mean, it's not the point, but just get certified. Come
All
on,
right,
guys. Come
cool.
on, guys. Come on.
Thanks, Jesus. I appreciate you, man. It's great hanging out with you. Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Give us a like, subscribe, follow. Let us know that you like the content. If not, let us know that you don't. Let us know what we can improve. That's what we're all about. And that's what we're here, man. We're the huddle, so we're gonna huddle up and break out of here. All right, guys.
Ready,
Break.
break.